What is up, Light Fam? Welcome to another video. My name is David, and in this video we're going to be discussing how to raise your vibration. I'm going to give you guys 9 powerful steps that you can put into your life right now to get your vibration up. Let's get going. Now, if you guys want to skip ahead to the different steps on how to raise your vibration, I have left the timestamps down in the description of each step that you can follow. So if you have been looking at spiritual videos, I am sure that you have come across the phrase, raise your vibration. It's at the beginning of all of my videos. So that's something that is pretty prevalent in the spiritual community. But what does it really mean to raise your vibration? Well, when you're able to have a higher vantage point of what's going on in your life, so you're looking at what's happening in your life from more of the observer mind frame, and you're looking from a higher vantage point down upon what's going on in your life, that number one puts you at least higher than looking at things through the egoic lens of things. So the ego is going to be lower vibrational. The ego is coming from a place of fear and lack and anger and scarcity and all of that, and that's very lower vibrational. But when you raise your vibration, you're able to get above all of that and just kind of be the observer. And when you're in a higher vibration, you're going to be a vibrational match to things of a like frequency. So when you control your vibration, you control your experience. Now, that doesn't mean that you're never going to experience bad things, but when you work on keeping your vibration high on a daily basis, about 85-90% of the stuff that happens to you could be considered good. And then the stuff that you were not able to control, let's say, because you can't control everything, you can control a large portion of it if you're keeping your vibration high. But the stuff that you weren't able to control at that time, you may have not been able to see that actually turned out for your greater good. So you're going to see that the smaller portion of things that you weren't able to control, that you could classify under bad, turned out to be for your greater good in the long run. Or maybe something happened, again, that you weren't able to control, that gave you a missing piece of information that you needed to kind of level up in your life or do something greater that was missing before. So I don't want you guys to be scared of challenges out there, because the only way that you're able to grow is through resistance. You're going to need some type of resistance. You can't have a life where there's no resistance. Otherwise you don't grow. Think of your muscles, for example. How do muscles grow? How do muscles stay strong? Through resistance. So let's imagine that there was this, imaginary happy place of rainbows and butterflies where your muscles had no resistance whatsoever. Everything was just always happy. What would happen to them? They would atrophy. And your spiritual muscles are exactly the same. Remember, when you come across these challenges, they're 9 times out of 10 temporary. So this too shall pass. You don't have to you don't have to put so much fear into the perception when something pops up. But the universe can't expand unless there is change, unless there is resistance. It has to change something to expand. Otherwise, life is stagnant, and that defeats the entire purpose of life in the first place. It defeats why we decided to incarnate in the first place. There can't be conscious divine expansion without change and resistance. So don't be scared of those challenges. It makes your spiritual muscles stronger. That's how you grow. So enough of that. How do we get into raising that vibration now that we understand how important it is? The first thing that we want to do is have a daily meditative practice. So meditation is number one. If you don't have a meditative practice or you don't know how to meditate, check out my video here on how to meditate for beginners. But even if you're not an accomplished meditator, so to speak, you can sit in a quiet place and become centered by practicing mindful breathing. You're paying attention to the inhalation, the exhalation. You're just centering your mind, getting rid of all the clutter, decluttering your mind by getting yourself centered into the present moment and focusing on your breath. When you're focusing on your breath, you're not distracted by other things. You're not thinking about the regrets of the past. You're not anxious about the future. You're here in the present moment. And that is a very powerful place to be. All of your power is in the present moment. You've heard The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. It's very powerful. So center yourself, become centered in the present moment. What I like to do when I'm centered in the present moment, I like to say, I give thanks that right now all of my needs are met in abundance. Right now I am healthy. Right now I am loved. Right now life is great. You tailor make it to your situation, or tailor make it to the way you want your situation to be. Remember, the brain doesn't know the difference. That's a different manifestation technique, but the way that you want it, give thanks that it's that way now. So the power of now. Focus on your breath. Focus on the inhaling, the exhaling. One of the things Deepak Chopra says is you can hear God in between the inhale and the exhale. So it's the message, the insight that you get in between the breaths. And you don't want to control your breath. You just want it to ebb and flow, and you want to focus on it. It's called mindful breathing. You're focusing on your breath. You're centered in the present moment. The power of now. Right now is a very powerful 2 words. Right now, I give thanks that all my needs are met in abundance. Right now, I give thanks that I am healthy. Notice I'm throwing gratitude in there. So this is another great way when you are centered with your mind is decluttered and you're centered. Another great way is to give gratitude. Give gratitude for everything that you are in the present moment, and take that one step further. List 10 things for which you're grateful. Now, the thing about gratitude is gratitude puts you in a state of allowing. It puts you in a state of receiving. When you're grateful, you attract more things for which to be grateful. So when you've got that good quiet time, you're sitting in meditation, you're focused on your breath, you're not distracted by the past, you're not distracted by the future, you're right here in the now. You're thankful for everything that you are right here in the now, and now you list 10 things for which you are grateful. And that really helps to raise your vibration, because now you're in an attitude of gratitude. What you appreciate appreciates. Yes, I've got all the cliches, but these cliches, they are around for a reason, because they're very true and they're very powerful. So if we come from that place of power, we will create a life of power. And while we are in this sacred, quiet, centered place, we can take this time to connect with our spirit guides. Now, I know that we're all in different levels on this spiritual journey. Some of you may not be aware of spirit guides. You may not even know what spirit guides are. Your angelic team, these may not be things that you're familiar with, or if you've been on the spiritual path for a minute, maybe you are familiar with these concepts of spirit guides. So your spirit guides are always around you. They're waiting for you to invite them in. They're on standby to help. So while we're in this meditative state, we're centered, we're in a state of allowing, because we're in a state of gratitude, we invite our spirit guides in, We ask for their assistance. We ask for any insight for our highest good that they may want to share with us. It's a great time to also connect with your ancestral guides. So your ancestral guides are relatives that have passed on, that have transitioned. So it's a great time to connect with, again, any one of your relatives that may have passed on. So now not only are you in a state of allowing, a state of receiving, because you're in a state of gratitude, but when you connect with your guides on the other side, you also now have a feeling of security and support, because you realize you're not alone. You're not alone, you are encouraged, and you are supported. So this gives you a really good sense of security. It's a really good grounding technique for you to visualize communicating with your guides and keeping that good high vibration. So this is how we keep the vibration high, and we can go out into our day setting the vibration for the day how we want it to go. When you do this first thing in the morning, when you first wake up, you're setting the tone for the rest of the day, and you will experience vibrational matches to the vibration that you're putting out before you even get your day started. Okay? So another way to raise our vibration is while we're still in this meditative state, we're centered, we've gone within, we're doing some introspection, we're focusing on our breath, we're not distracted by the past or the future. Now what we want to do is use some visualization and some imagination to raise our vibration. So what you can do is imagine being surrounded by absolute white light. It's also what's known as prana, and you can visualize drinking in this white light into your crown chakra. You can envision it coming down to your core and hitting all of the chakras, and all the chakras lighting up and just being filled with white light energy. And feel it. It may feel tingly, it may feel warm, it may feel cold. Everyone's going to have a different physical sensation that goes along with this. But make some declarations. I give thanks that my vibration has been raised to the highest. I am in tune, I am in touch, and I am entrained with absolute white light energy. Absolute white light energy fills every fiber of my being in every dimension where I exist right now and forever. And so it is. And that really raises your vibration. So now you've given thanks that your vibration has been not only raised to the highest, but raised in alignment with absolute white light energy, which is divine energy. So when you start your day out that way and you go out into the world being aligned with absolute white light energy, you might be surprised what you're a vibrational match for. So this is a very powerful step. And if your visualization and your imagination is not that great right now, just keep working on it every day, little by little, and all of a sudden you will palpably feel that white light energy come into you, and you will feel yourself exude it. And it's better than coffee, better than pre-workout. You just have this divine energy that you're able to carry with you throughout the day, and that is raising your vibration. You will only experience, for the most part, as I said, 85 to 90% of the time, high vibrational people, places, things, and events. And the stuff that is not a vibrational match ends up in the end being better for you, or you're given the key to use to level yourself up. Now, the next thing that you guys want to do is filter what you are feeding your conscious awareness. Okay, this includes the news, horror movies, forensic files, reality TV drama, and gossip. This is trash for your frequency. This is junk for your conscious reality. A lot of people say, "Oh, I watch I got to be informed. I watch the news. I got to be informed. I got to be informed of what? You got to be informed of how Donald Trump is triggering you. You got to be informed of how the guy shot up the 7-Eleven and killed somebody. You got to be informed of how someone died in a car accident. You got to be informed of why you need to be scared of the coronavirus. How does that benefit you spiritually? It doesn't. What it does do is release certain chemicals in your body that you get addicted to every time you get triggered, every time you're scared of something, every time you can relate to something and say, oh my goodness, that might happen to me. It's your body gets addicted to the chemical release when you get those drastic shocks to your conscious reality. They're unnecessary and they lower your vibration. So it's going to be hard for a lot of you to hear. Some of you are not going to be able to stop those things cold turkey. But if you can at least drastically reduce it, I promise you're going to see a drastic increase in your vibration, and you will start experiencing better things in your life because you're going to have a higher vibration, you're going to be less scared, and you're going to be less angry and less triggered. All right, so the next thing that you guys want to do to raise your vibration is heavily filter the people you allow into your inner circle. We've all heard the phrase that you are the sum average of the 5 closest people that you spend the most time with. So if you have people in your inner circle that are toxic, or they are small-minded, they have a narrow, scarcity, fear-based type of mentality, they are holding you back. Cut the cord, get them out of your circle. A lot of these things are kind of tough to hear because you might miss them or you don't want to hurt someone's feelings. But your personal growth, your spiritual growth is the best for you, and it's best for the universe at large having a physical experience through you, because it can expand to its greatest potential through you when you are spiritually advanced. You can't grow when you have opposite frequencies in your life. So if you've got toxic people, this includes energy vampires. We all have those. This includes the undercover narcissist that's always playing the victim role just to get attention and sympathy from you. Those people are holding you back. You got to get them out. So I like to look at energy the same as we would look at money. It's an investment. What are you investing your energy in? Are you investing your energy in something that's going to give you good dividends? Are you investing your energy into someone that appreciates you? They're going to give you good energetic dividends in return. In other words, are they encouraging you? Are they lifting you up? Are they celebrating your authenticity? Are they helping you in your spiritual growth? Or are you investing your energy into someone that does not do those things, someone that does not appreciate you, someone that just wants to rob your energy? So again, you can look at energy as your money. How are you investing it? Look at your energetic portfolio. And the same way that you would look at your monetary investments, is this particular stock losing money? Let's take a look at the income and expenses. I don't need these expenses. Same with your energy. Are you investing in the wrong people? Are there certain energetic expenses that you could cut out of your life to give you more energy and to keep your vibration high? And you got to ask those questions honestly. So the next thing that you guys can do to raise your vibration is get out into nature. God truly is the greatest artist of all time. Get out into the beautiful work of art that is the mountains, that is the beach, that are the woods. Get out and look at the beautiful sun. Feel the wind and the breeze, kiss your skin. When you're out at night, look up at the stars, look at the moon. And when you look up at the stars, realize how small and tiny all the little things are that we worry about. in relation to the grand scheme of things, and it really puts things into proportion. Nature has an amazing way of detoxing and clearing out any stress that you may be carrying. So get out there in nature, take a hike, and just smell the fresh air. Okay guys, now the next thing that you can do to raise your vibration is respect your body temple. The first way that we can do that is making healthier choices when we're eating. The phrase "you are what you eat" is 110% true. I know that for some of you guys this is a little tough, but just start taking those small steps to just start eating healthier. Try to get away from anything that is processed. Get those nasty chemicals out of your life. Try to eat anything and everything that is earth grown. Try to eat natural. Now, the other thing that you want to do on top of eating healthy is exercise. The body represents what I like to call the Holy Trinity, which is body, mind, and spirit. A lot of us in the spiritual community, we want to work on our spiritual practice and meditate all the time, or we want to be reading spiritual stuff and work on the soul, but then we're not working on our body, and that's out of balance. You need your body temple to be functioning at a high level. Remember, the cells of your body have consciousness, okay? So you've got to make sure that you're exercising, you're taking care of your body, and your body is operating at a high level so that you can operate at a high level spiritually. So exercise. You don't have to be a gym rat. Get out and make walking around the neighborhood part of your daily or nightly routine. Figure out how to squeeze that into your schedule. Or go get a gym membership and figure out how to squeeze in at least a couple of days out of the week to exercise. But you definitely want to exercise. You definitely want to eat right. Being healthy, it is a vibrational match to spirituality. So if you want more of an in-depth explanation as far as how spirituality and fitness kind of commingle and go together, check out this video here, Our Fitness and Health Spiritual. And I really get into a lot of the different steps that you can take to stay healthy and how to integrate that into your spiritual practice. All right, guys, so thank you for sticking around to the end of the video. Those are my 5 powerful steps on how you can raise your vibration. Now, there are actually a lot more ways of raising your vibration, and it's a pretty important topic that I think isn't covered enough in the spiritual community, so I am going to be making a follow-up video on some of the other steps that you can incorporate into your daily routine to keep your vibration high and to live the life that you want to live. If this message has resonated with you, please help grow the spiritual community by clicking the subscribe button. Please share it with anyone that you feel needs to raise their vibration. And I'm sure we all know somebody. Don't forget to click that notification bell so you don't miss any of the new content. I do post twice a week. And I appreciate you guys leaving any comments or questions down below, so I know which videos you guys like, what you want to see more of. And as I say, let's grow this spiritual community together. And as always, guys, you know the deal. Light, love, and abundance to all that are watching and to all you love. Peace, guys.